Hey, what's good, y'all? I'm Jeremiah. I'm 31, and my fridge just broke.
I'm Cintia. I'm also 31, and I still wear emo makeup.
And I'm Jonathan. Hey, Jeremiah, you fucked that intro up, bro.
My bad, bro.
Anyway, I'm finally 30 years old, but I still get carded for alcohol. But, this is a special episode for Jeremiah.
Yeah, we get to talk about sports. I've been waiting for this one.
In this episode, we'll talk about being friends with someone who's always got to watch the game and always has to check their fantasy teams, which I have no idea what any of that means.
Stay tuned as we talk about Jeremiah's love for sports ball.
It's just called sports, Jonathan. Anyways, this is Wade. You're how old?
Okay, well, it's the moment Jeremiah's been waiting for. Look at that big old smile on his face. I see you doing a big
huge smile. Look at you.
What are you wearing, Jeremiah?
Yeah, I'm wearing a 49er shirt today.
Well, what are you wearing under that?
That's a weird question. Why would you? Nothing? It's a shirt. I'm wearing a shirt.
Tell me more about how there's nothing under.
Okay, well, this is going off the rails, Jonathan.
Okay, hang on. But you're also wearing a River Cats hat.
Oh, yeah. So I forgot my hat at my place, so I borrowed my girlfriend's River Cats hat.
You know what? It fits. Anything's better than the referee hat.
Yeah. The Nike one?
The referee hat, yes.
Okay. But yeah, so I figured, hey, we're in Sacramento. I might as well, rep a local team while repping like a Bay Area team.
For those who aren't into sports, who or what are the River Cats?
Oh, they are the minor league baseball team, and they are a AAA affiliate of the San Francisco Giants.
Okay. Speaking of baseball, when I was still working at the Chronicle, I made up a baseball fact about bats. So, Jeremiah, we're going to test your knowledge, I guess.
Okay.
To see if you would have believed this. And so the fact was, did you know that aluminum bats were not allowed in Major League Baseball until 1943?
I have a feeling that that's a lie, because did aluminum bats even exist at that time?
That's not the reason it's the lie. The reason it's the lie is that aluminum bats are still not allowed in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think I've ever seen them. I was like, wait, that's a lie? That's a good one. That's a good one.
Wink emoji.
What? We're not texting. We're, you can actually say what you feel.
Exclamation reaction. You have a point.
The big red one?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, that one. Okay.
I would have done the double big red one, but okay.
Speaking of the big red ones.
Moving on to the Red Sox. Oh, the other fact that I said was that the Green Monster at Fenway Park is called the Green Monster because it's so tall it's hard to get a home run there. Mm-hmm. And that's also the mascot of the Boston Red Sox. And those are true facts.
Yeah, people, I think, sit in the Green Monster.
Yeah, you can sit in the Green Monster. It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
I didn't get to, but I did walk past it and through it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
Speaking of green monsters, everyone was jealous at my New Year's Eve party because of Cynthia's mad beer pong skills. I don't know if everyone considers beer pong a sport, but it sure as hell was that night because she was undefeated.
And I had major fans. It was pretty great. People were cheering me on and shit. It was awesome.
Yeah, you kicked my ass.
I did.
You kicked my ass.
I kicked his ass. I kicked your ass. I kicked another dude's ass. And then I kicked a team's ass. I did have a teammate. It would have been more cool if I beat the team on my own, but still, I was undefeated.
The fact that your teammate was just an afterthought in your little... I was like, oh yeah, my teammate was there.
Yeah, my teammate was there.
I just remember I started off so good in my game against you. And
I know.
I was landing all the doubles. I was on a hot streak and I don't know what happened. I just started missing everything and you just, you blew me out the water. What do you call that in sports ball terminology?
Okay, first of all, why do you call it? Why? I don't understand this. Why do people say sports ball? It's such a condescending term. Why?
Should I call it sports game?
Just call it sports. What it is. You're making the word longer. Just call it sports.
Like it longer, but okay. What do you think about bowling? Do you think bowling's a sport?
As long as P. Weber's in there, hell yeah.
I don't know what a P. Weber is.
You ever seen the guy that says, "Yeah, I did it. That is right, I did it. Who do you think you are? I am." That guy.
No.
You never seen that? Oh my God, you guys are missing out. I just assumed that you guys saw that.
No, I'm drawing such a big blank right now.
Does Happy Gilmore count as a sport?
You know what, though? If you would have asked me if it counts as a sports movie, I would have been like, maybe, because it is golfing, and he is a competitive golfer in that movie. So, because I consider it a Waterboy sports movie. You know?
Does She's the Man count as a sports movie?
That's they play soccer, right?
Yeah. I'm about to throw hands.
I'm gonna say yes and no. I consider it more of a rom-com, though. I haven't seen that movie in a while, though, so I can't really give it a fair assessment.
The main thing about it is that she's like wanting to play soccer.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. I'm remembering the plot now. So because isn't the point that she can't play?
Yeah, they cut the girls' team at her school, so she pretends to be her brother, joins the boys' team at his school, and the big plot of the movie is that she wants to play soccer.
Okay, yeah, I remember.
But ends up falling in love along the way.
Yeah, she falls in love with Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I haven't remembered the plot very well because it's been a while. But yeah, I have no problem saying that's a sports movie.
But Jeremiah, speaking of comebacks, though, was there a game where you were just...
Hang on. Jeremiah's a little distracted right now. What are you doing while we're recording this podcast?
So at the time of this recording, today is the first day of the NFL playoffs. And they call this round the Super Wildcard round, which is kind of dumb. It's just called the Wildcard round. So yeah, I'm watching the playoff game between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. So I figured, hey, if we're talking about sports, I might as well watch sports while we talk about it.
Jeremiah, we set up this recording on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Because we thought there were no sports to be had today.
Well, yeah. It's just, I think I try to explain that to you guys and you're like, nah, we're going to do it anyway. Yeah. So typically during the fall, college football is played on Saturdays. But then once the college football season's over, of course, they do bowl games, but once they're in bowl season, the NFL starts to play games on Saturdays for some reason. So, the playoffs, they do games. For the first two rounds, at least, they play on Saturdays and Sundays. And then they play on Monday this weekend, which is weird.
Most of that flew over my head, but go off, boy.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I spaced out a little, and I was like,
well, you're here again on the podcast. When we do the transcribing, you'll hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, I just didn't understand it.
Well, it's because you're I try to explain as thoroughly as possible. I feel like I did.
I think you did, but
you just don't care.
Not that I don't care. It's kind of like with math class. I know I had to listen, but it doesn't mean it always stayed in my brain. That's kind of what it feels like with sports. And it's also for the life of me, I know you've tried explaining this to me too, but what the fuck is a fantasy football and why does it have nothing to do with Final Fantasy?
I think I have explained this to you.
It doesn't have anything to do with Final Fantasy?
No, I have explained this to you. I don't think I've never explained this to Cynthia. So basically fantasy football, all right? It's a team of real life NFL players, and then you get points based on their real life performance. And then if you get more points than the other team, then you win that week.
Is that the same as when two teams are up against each other, there's some weird bracket thing going on and people put their names into squares? What's that?
No. That's just football squares. That's a different thing. When you're playing squares, you're more playing for what the final number of the score is. Say if you have a square that's 7-4, the final score is 27-24, then you win the square. Yeah, it's different. It's more like a game thing. Like
gambling.
Sure, yeah.
Because my dad won at that one time.
Oh, yeah. I've never won. I've always been mad. He didn't know.
It was funny because he's not into sports.
Yeah.
He didn't know what he was getting himself into. They were just like, hey, we still got to fill 3 squares here. Do you want in? It's however much per square. My dad's like, okay. And so he had his name put down on those 3 squares and he brought home a copy of the little thingy and he put it up on the fridge. None of us had any idea what the heck was going on. And then he comes back the next week and he's like, I won. It was kind of funny.
Congrats to your dad on that. I've never won the squares, and I'm always the guy or the person who'd be like, like because I have like family friends that play football squares in the Super Bowl, and they're like, "Hey, how does the score work?" And I try to explain it to them, and they look at me weird.
So Jeremiah, do you ever see non-sports people on Sundays?
Yeah, I see you.
Damn, Jonathan, how do you forget that you see him on Sundays?
But dude, like I invite you to watch football, and you've come along. You and Adela actually have come along. Like
we have recently,
a couple of times this year. Yeah.
Speaking of football.
Yeah,
Taylor Swift is dating a football dude.
Yeah, okay, yeah. She's dating Travis Kelce.
Now, this I know a lot about. No,
yeah,
I know some about.
I'm just curious, what do you know?
What do I know? I know that she's dating, he's a quarterback?
No.
Oh, no.
A tight end.
A tight end. So I don't know what that is either.
And Betty's feeling her tight end.
I can't explain. I can Whoa! Dang. Wow.
You're not going to call a foul on that one?
But anyway.
It's a personal foul. Jonathan, step back and take a lap.
Okay. Anyway, her boyfriend plays for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes.
And they lost the last time she was at their game. Mm-hmm. And so people are saying that if the Kansas City Chiefs don't get in, fans are probably going to blame her.
Yeah, they've kind of already blamed her for like the way they played, but they're kind of like not great this year. They're still good, but they're not great.
They're not Super Bowl material?
I can't say that. I can't say that.
Why,
I can't.
pissing off.
They're kind of like, well, no, it's not about me pissing off people. It's more like what I actually think. You know, like when the Patriots are in the Super Bowl every year and how annoying that was. Mm-hmm. The Chiefs are kind of like that now, where it's like you can't count them out of being in the game. So. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Taylor Swift's dating that guy, and
Travis Kelce.
yeah, that dude.
We didn't say his name for like 5 minutes.
But anyway, his brother is also a pro football player. Yeah. I don't know what position he is, but he plays for the Philadelphia Eagles, which is the team that Taylor Swift actually used to root for because she's from Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. So Travis Kelce plays, not Travis Kelce, Jason Kelce plays center.
And
I don't know what that is.
What does Travis Scott play?
Travis Scott is a rapper.
He plays his vocal cords. So what is a center back? You said center back or center?
I feel like, isn't center back like a hockey position? I don't know.
You're the sports guy.
I don't watch hockey. I'm sorry.
So there's no center backs in football.
No. Okay. So a center is...
But is there a center back in football?
No, there's no center back. Okay. So Travis Kelce plays tight end. All right. I'll explain what a tight end does.
Wait.
And then Jason Kelce plays center.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'll explain what a tight end does in football. So basically a tight end is... Don't do that. Don't do that while I explain things. That's just weird. Oh, now I gotta take a drink, man. I gotta take a drink.
Oh my God.
For all those that missed it, as he said tight end, I kept winking at him every time he said tight end. Because I am 12 years old.
Yeah. Why are you like this, man? Okay, so anyways, I'm going to say this while looking at Jonathan. So a tight end is basically...
How about you look at me?
I'm trying to, but my eyes just pan to him. Okay, but anyways, okay, so I'll explain what a tight end is. So a tight end is... Jonathan.
I didn't do anything. She looked at me.
You moved the camera.
You moved the whole thing.
Wow.
Now I'm ugly.
You're ugly and you're proud.
Okay, SpongeBob.
I was going to say that.
Okay, anyways, I was explaining what a tight end is.
We should just skip over.
Well, do center back first.
Okay,
fine. I think it's just center.
Okay,
it's just center.
Okay, so all right, so
are you sure it's not center back?
It's no. I'm pretty sure.
Like
Or is it a hollow back?
What have you? I'm gonna be crying so much this episode from laughing.
Oh my God. Okay, so basically, a center is the. So there's an offensive line in football, right? So the offensive line basically protects the quarterback and then they, block for the running back. So a center is the person that hikes the ball to the quarterback.
And then protects the quarterback.
Yep.
Because, I remember the Kelce brothers have a podcast called...
Yeah.
I'm not going to shout them out. Now, anyway, they have a podcast and they talked about, one of Jason's, great plays where, he just ran someone down the field. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And then a tight end is basically kind of like...
Jonathan, you doing that is worse.
I'm never going to get through with a tight end. Okay. So basically a tight end, it's kind of like an extra receiver, extra offensive lineman. So like they can line up either like there's a position in football called the slot, which is basically inside the hash marks or inside the numbers. You guys are probably not going to get this, but that's the best way I can explain it.
The 5-yard markers?
You know, like how there's numbers on the field?
Yeah, those are yard markers. And then the
yard markers are the little, okay.
I was in marching band, so I know
that's right.
I know about yard markers.
Yeah, I was in marching band too.
Oh, what'd you play?
I play alto saxophone. Anyways, a tight end is an extra, it's kind of like it's a player that can play a receiver or be a lineman. So like, that's what I'm going to say. You know what?
So
at this point,
what's a receiver?
A receiver is the player that catches the ball.
What is a quarterback?
I'm not going to explain
it. So you get a quarterback from a machine when you overpay.
The person that throws the ball.
So again, with the whole Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce thing, one thing that I thought was hilarious when that all first came out, I love the fact that like so many people who didn't know anything about football, they're like sharing all these quote unquote girl-friendly like football explainers. So, you know, people are like, oh, how to understand what's happening during Taylor Swift's boyfriend's game.
Yeah. But like the Kelce brothers also kind of cashed in on that because now they do segments on their podcast where they answer questions from Taylor Swift fans about like, what is
I was going to ask, do you listen to this podcast?
No, I used to see a lot of their
like
little snippets on TikTok.
Yeah.
But like someone asked like, what is a first down? Or what is a down?
Yeah.
And so they explained it. And so little things like that, which I thought was kind of cool.
I can answer that one.
Yeah, please. What's the first down?
Yeah, what's a first down?
What's the first down,
I don't know about the first down, but I know that I'm a down-ass fool.
Hey, shout out to Fools Gone Wild.
Hey, the higher the socks, the downer the fool.
You want another beer?
Oh, yes, please.
Let's take a break here to talk about the next episode. Next month, it's all about dating apps and the general horrors of dating past the age of 25.
This will also be special for Cintia, as she'll be sharing snippets of her dating experiences on apps such as Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge.
Hey, let's not make fun of them too much because I met my girlfriend on Hinge.
Hey, and I'm also 2 years into my relationship from Tinder, but there are still nightmare first date stories to share. Stay tuned after the episode to let us know about your experiences of dating.
This is, wait, you're how old? So I was a bandwagoner in Boston. I was there in 2018 when the Red Sox won the World Series. And it was so cool, like watching game after game, like just the excitement creep up. And you can feel it in the city too. So it's really hard to not get sucked in. And so I was not a baseball fan at all. But over the course of that World Series, I became a Red Sox fan.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
I don't follow their games very closely. But when I hear about them, I'm like, oh, the Red Sox are playing. That's really cool. And I get excited about it.
Yeah, that's really awesome because like when you're living in the city at the time of like when the team wins a championship there, I just imagine it being like very lit. You know, that's why like because like, you know, we all live in Sacramento right now. So like when the Kings made it to the playoffs last year, like the whole entire city was...
Oh, I wasn't here for that.
You weren't here?
No, I was in San Francisco.
Oh, you weren't here yet? Oh, okay. Yeah, just like being in the city when like the Kings were good, like just Sacramento was just awesome to me. Like just because I'm not a Kings fan, just seeing it as like a basketball fan, it was just amazing to me.
What's your team?
Oh, I'm a Lakers fan.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
See, I'm like a reverse bandwagoner. So I love hating teams that have like really annoying fans. So in Sacramento, the Sac Kings fans, like... I don't hate the team, but I just...
The fans are annoying, not gonna lie.
So I will say, as much as it sucks seeing them like lose, I do get a good tinge of satisfaction. I can't stand them because it doesn't matter if they win or lose. Every time, downtown, midtown, just filled with just really sloshed and fucked up fans, which, you know, whatever you need to cope with your loss again. But... goddamn, just don't get in everyone's face about it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Because I was going to say like the team hasn't been there for like 16, 17 years. So I was like, hey, let them be annoying for once. But then the fact that they're coming out of the Golden One Center kind of, you know, sloshed. Yeah, it does get kind of annoying when it gets pretty crowded down there because It sucks to drive when events are going on in that area. But I don't know. I'm happy for Kings fans that they have a team to root for again.
I got to say something.
What?
Speaking of like basketball and basketball fans, I moved here in like 99. And so the early 2000s, remember, was like the big rivalry between the Kings and the Lakers. It was so surreal because at that age, I was a big basketball fan. And so it was so surreal being in the city that was the opposing team city, because all my classmates were all Kings fans. And I was like one of the lone, there was like maybe one other Lakers fan in class with me.
That was actually during the height of the Kobe Shaq era and like the height of the Kings era. But yeah, that must have been a good time.
So Jeremiah, when you want to watch a sports game,
Yes.
when you want to watch a sports game, where in Sacramento do you like going to?
Oh, yeah.
Why did you seem so surprised? Where do you think I was going to go with that?
I don't know. I can never tell with you.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's true.
Yeah,
You tend to be unhinged.
I was like, oh, he asked me the actual question. Okay. Typically, I like watching football like at home, but like if I'm going out to a bar, I live by a bar called Pitch and Fiddle in Sacramento. There's actually two locations. There's one in Sacramento and another one in a town called Fair Oaks. I wanted to go to Tom's Watch Bar, which is by the Kings Arena, but I haven't been able to watch a game there yet. And
why? Because it's like too crowded?
It was too crowded. Yeah. When I tried going there, it was like an hour and a half wait. And I'm like,
damn,
nah, I'm good.
The game's over by then.
I know. Yeah. It was like, damn,
Wait, can you make reservations or is it first come, first serve?
I think so. I think so. I want to say yes, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And then I have been to University Beer in Midtown Sacramento. It's another good place. And then if I want to just be basic, I go to Buffalo Wild Wings.
You ever go to Cupro's for a game?
Dude, it's not really like a place to watch a game at though. Like, there's
I don't think they.
It's not really like a.
I mean, they have a couple
bar.
TVs, but
yeah,
for the most part, I see Cupro's as like a hanging out bar.
Yeah, I don't see it as a sports bar. Like, I love Cupro's. We've been there a lot of times.
We've been there a lot of times.
We've been there a lot of times.
Like, I love Cupro's, but like I've never see it as like a sports bar. Anyways, yeah, those are some of my favorite places that I like to go. Like, there's tons of other places I haven't been able to go to yet, but to see it with me though, like I try to be more cost efficient. So like going to a bar to watch sports is like you have to pay for the food, the drinks add up, and yeah.
That said, though, it was super fun when we saw the World Cup final at Pitch and Fiddle.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. We did.
It was at fucking 6 a.m.
We watched a sports game together.
We watched a sports game together, but that's one that I actually understand more.
Yeah.
I'm a soccer fan.
Yeah, that was the Argentina and France, right?
When we got to see Lionel Messi, he do his thing. But yes, we did the thing where we saw the World Cup final at Pitch and Fiddle.
Yeah.
And we got to see Messi score his last kick ever in a World Cup game.
That game was super lit too.
It
like
was so lit.
The atmosphere of that place at 6 a.m. in the morning. Dude, that place was packed.
That place was packed.
I didn't think no one was going to go there, but I knew they were open. So I was like, hey, we'll just go here. It was foggy that day too, because you remember the World Cup was in the winter that year?
Yeah. The drinks were flowing.
Yeah.
I think we need to now talk about the one bowl of the super variety. Jeremiah, what is a bowl, super?
What? Bowl, super. You mean the Super Bowl?
That too.
I like soup.
No, like not soup of bowl, Super Bowl.
What about soup of bowl? Like it's soup broth made of bowl.
Dude, that sounds like
water.
That sounds like a bad business plan. You know, soup of bowl, like a soup like restaurant, and sounds like a bad business.
No, soup of bowl.
There you go.
Soup of bowl. Welcome to the fucking restaurant.
Soup bowl of.
Oh. Welcome to soup bowl of. What do you want? Here's the menu. You know what it says? Fucking soup. Some soup.
We got soup and we got crackers. Pick one or pick both. I don't give a shit.
Wait.
Anyways, so we're talking about the Super Bowl. Not soups. We're talking about the Super Bowl, the big game.
So why is it a big deal?
And why is it called a Super Bowl?
With 2 words.
Does that really bother you?
Yes.
Why?
It was one of my big AP errors I used to make like in college.
Oh, okay.
So when you were younger watching sports versus you're older now, like what's changed?
He drinks.
But besides he can drink now.
That is true. I can't drink a beer during a game. I'm trying to think back. So like when I was a kid, when I first watched football, of course I always watch with family. And as I got older, like I wouldn't say like I don't watch it like in a big group anymore unless like I plan stuff.
So you don't have like Super Bowl parties or anything?
No. I've always wanted to throw one, but I never really had like my own place to do it. So,
hey,
yeah.
Jonathan, can he borrow your place?
Yeah, how come you never throw a Super Bowl party?
Because he's not into sports, man.
But like, you don't have to really be into sports to watch the Super Bowl.
You should make food and invite people.
No, I know how to throw a party. That's not the issue. The issue is that
you work.
I usually offer to work someone's Super Bowl because
you don't care about it.
Well, yeah, it's just like if this person's offering to work my Christmas or something, like the least I'll do is I'll say, hey, I will cover your Super Bowl. Like I guess that's my adulting thing. I know I can't have every major day to myself. And I think, I feel like I have the better end of the stick if they're offering Christmas and I'll be like, okay, well, I'll give you Super Bowl, like I'm not just going to let you not have anything. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's why I've never done a Super Bowl party.
So you're not a selfish prick is what you're saying.
Why are you looking at me?
Yeah, why are you looking at him? I'm the one who said that.
I've heard about you not working holidays.
Yeah, but we don't need to talk about that. So, yeah, obviously, like I love watching the Super Bowl every year. I love watching sports, any type of game that's basketball, baseball, football. But, you don't got to be a football fan, to watch the Super Bowl. Like, it's more like an entertainment event, I would say. There's always a halftime show, which honestly gives a huge audience to people. Like,
what's everyone's favorite halftime show?
Ooh, the one with Snoop Dogg.
I think that one's up there for me too.
Yeah,
it's definitely top 5,
and
top
then
3.
Shakira and J-Lo.
That one's great. I like the part where she went, woo!
Speaking of that halftime show, that was the same game that the Niners played the Chiefs and they lost. Which is another thing. I remember the halftime show on Who Played, and I remember the game on Who Played the halftime show.
Well, wait, you never actually said what's your favorite halftime show.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you. Oh, so like I'll give you my top 5 in no particular order. Okay. So I love Prince halftime show, and I believe the Colts and Bears played that game in Miami. The Michael Jackson one at the Rose Bowl. I forgot who played it. I want to say it's the Bills and Cowboys sometime in the 90s.
But that's not a Super.
It was a Super Bowl.
Oh, at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah. The Super Bowl was
because the Rose Bowl. I was like, wait, the Rose Bowl is something different, right?
Yeah. It's the home venue for the UCLA Bruins.
But like the Rose Bowl,
that's something else also different.
That's something else also.
Okay. I was like, hang on, am I being stupid right now?
The actual stadium is called the Rose Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, and then of course Dr. Dre and friends at SoFi Stadium, which was the game between the Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm a fan of Beyonce's halftime show in New Orleans, which was another game that the Niners lost to the Ravens. Very unforgettable. And I said top 5. I'm a fan of Lady Gaga's Super Bowl halftime show. And that was the 28-3 game when the Falcons were up 28-3 and then they lost to the Patriots.
I think I also like the Bruno Mars one because he pulled out the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And was Lenny Kravitz also pulled out of there?
I don't remember that, but I do. Yeah, that was.
Or you know what? Was it? It was someone else who pulled out Lenny Kravitz.
Katy Perry.
Yeah. The Left Shark.
No, the Left Shark. I completely even forgot. Yeah, Left Shark. Remember that? That was the whole thing. Did it? I remember that entire year. You're like, dude, I'm gonna go to Halloween as Left Shark.
Did you?
I never did.
No, you never did.
But now I'm gonna do it this year. Now that it's retro and shit.
Yeah. Dude, I think that's almost like close to 10 years since that happened.
Although actually, will me dressed up as a shark be more of a Bad Bunny reference now?
Probably.
I think so. Actually,
yeah.
I'll still dance like Left Shark though.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Katy Perry.
Oh, that was also the same when Missy Elliott came out.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. And obviously, you gotta put some respect on Rihanna's Super Bowl last time around.
Oh, that's another one I forgot to mention. Yeah, I personally enjoy Rihanna's Super Bowl halftime performance. I know some people they call it quote unquote boring, but it's like she has hits. Like she doesn't really need to do a whole lot to perform hits.
If you're talking about someone who doesn't need the Super Bowl for publicity, it's Rihanna. In fact, she was just using it to promote her makeup. And I was like, yeah, I think if anything, her makeup needed the publicity, but she herself, no. To put it in nerd terms, she's already passed the main quest years ago. Now she's just doing side quests.
Yeah. So I can tell you some of my least favorite ones. Do you guys have like a least favorite show? Like, that was like, man, that was ass.
Maroon 5.
I was going to say Maroon 5 too.
That's the one. But my thing with like least favorite is that I generally erase them from memory. Mm-hmm. So I remembered more on 5, but
not the Maroon. You either had to remember the Maroon or the 5. Yeah, that was the one when Travis Scott and Big Boy were part of that, which was a very weird combo.
That's a super. I forgot Big Boy was in that.
Yeah, Big Boy. Yeah, he performed Like the Way You Move. Or The Way You Move, yeah. I was so disappointed that, they didn't get Outcast, but...
Yeah, no Andre 3 Stacks.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, like Maroon 5 is probably like the one I don't like. I didn't like the Black Eyed Peas from like, I want to say 2009. That one was pretty bad. I didn't really like I did enjoy the one that happened at Levi's Stadium for Super Bowl 50. It was Coldplay, Beyonce, and Bruno Mars. It was I like Bruno Mars and then Beyonce, but like Coldplay, I don't know, just didn't do it for me.
Coldplay never does it for me.
Yeah, so like it was another weird combo. It was like there was a weird time when they were trying to combine different artists from different genres. It's a weird time.
That said, I did think that Bruno Mars and Red Hot Chili Peppers, I thought that worked out. It was a smooth transition, and I was like, oh shit, it's fucking Flea. Mm-hmm. So no, I did like that.
Yeah, and then this year Usher is doing the halftime show. I'm very excited about that. I'm not sure how you guys feel about it, but I loved Usher. Growing up.
Who do you think his surprise guest is going to be? I'm going to guess Paul McCartney.
Dude, I'm not gonna. How would that even work?
I don't know. Somehow Paul McCartney and Kanye West and Rihanna worked.
That's a still good song. I listen to that song still.
I think I've had enough.
I don't sing it. We don't want any copyright infringement.
Okay, fine. Because I do sound just like her. I know.
No,
I know.
I don't know if he's gonna have special guests. I don't know. Maybe Ludacris.
I was gonna guess
Lil Jon.
The Biebs.
The Biebs.
Maybe.
Because he was his mentor.
Yeah, for a little bit, but I don't know. We'll see.
Journey.
I feel like it's going to be the Biebs.
I wouldn't be upset about it.
I would.
You would? You don't like Bieber?
But I get I don't like him. But I get the feeling it's going to be him.
Just so you know, at this point in time, we don't know who the Super Bowl matchup is, but when it comes out, the Super Bowl matchup will be determined.
Okay, so Ron Jeremy Renner, Jeremiah Martinez, the Jerry Martin. Jer Bear. Who do you think is going to the Super Bowl?
My family will call me Jer Bear growing up, so they might actually like that. Anyway, so yeah, as of right now, on January 13th, my Super Bowl prediction is the 49ers and the Ravens.
And the 49ers has no bias at all in your prediction.
No, I legit think that they're going to be in it.
I have a question. Where are the Ravens from?
Baltimore.
Okay.
Hey, it's me, Jeremiah. I'm doing the outro, and this time I'm kicking everyone out.
You can't kick me out of my own house, jackass. Whatever. I have to prep for a group dinner anyway.
And I have to mentally prepare for the menstrual cramps I have to endure once this mite all wears off.
On the next episode, we'll talk about something everyone can relate to, and that's dating. We'll also share some raw reactions to some of the guys who have liked Cintia on dating apps.
Full disclosure, I put on my bio that people may be mentioned on the podcast, but we won't say names or any revealing information.
If you like our content, be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms and subscribe to us wherever you go get your podcast.
This is Wait, you're how old?